Hello everybody, and welcome to another Minecraft time-lapsed build. So today I'm starting to build a floating island village. So yeah, I'm at the beach right now, as you can see, and I'm going to go out to the ocean and find a nice little area where I'm going to start making my floating island. So should turn out pretty nice. So I'm finally back after a long, busy work time. I finally come back to making videos, so be expecting more videos soon. So here we go. Fly out to the ocean, get started here. So this looks pretty good. Let's fly out a little more. This looks almost good enough. Yeah, this should be far enough, because I have a plan in the future for this, so let's get started. Gonna start by getting out my world edit here, and making a small stone disc to start. And then I'm going to use Voxel Sniper to create the floating island itself. Now, here I just start using the voxel brush to create small pieces of stone, making a little like dome shape underneath, or not dome, like cone, I mean, in order to give it the effect of like drooping, like came out of the ground. And here I messed up by accident by misclicking, and I tried to undo it. Fail miserably, might I say. But anyway, so I continue with that, keeping in mind that I need to raise it as it goes out, because it'll give more like effect to the island that it was like came out of the earth pretty much. So that's what I'm doing here. So note that this village is for my use and your guys' use too. That's right, I want you guys to comment on the video stating what you think I should build in this village. I'm going to start out by building some of the basic buildings, like a tavern, a town hall, stuff like that. And I want you guys to just post on the video stating what you think I should add as well. So that'd be pretty cool. Turn up the brightness here so that way we can see what we're doing. So here, this looks like a pretty good sized for this. So then I go underneath and I fill it in a little bit, give it more of that droopy effect that it needs. Make it hang down a little bit. Note that this is just like a, I guess, rough draft of it. It's not quite, I need to go through with it with the smooth brush and with the erosion and whatnot. So here I go through and fix some of the more rougher edges with the ball brush with Voxel Sniper. Which personally, I actually prefer Voxel Sniper over World Edit because it's just like easier to use, really. And it doesn't really have so much lag issues, and with my experiences with World Edit, it's just less buggy. So I really like it. Here I go through with an erosion brush of fill to give some curvature to the island and whatnot, and with the melt brush as well, because the arrow and gunpowder work in the opposites. So you have the arrow set to fill, the gunpowder will be set to melt. So here we continue by adding some curves and whatnot. So I had some plans set out with this. I plan to make sort of I guess a rival sort of thing, a sort of rival village, I guess, that will be underground, because, you know, be like opposites. This is like on top, floating and whatnot in the air. Then we have like a village underground, or maybe just out on like the beach or something. That would, you know, be like rivals, so they have some sort of pending sort of like I guess enemy. And then what else I plan to do with this island is I plan to add like a second island for to like connect a little bridge from one island to the other. Make it look a little more interesting, like two islands, one maybe bigger than the other. So here I go through with the erosion brushes again, filling and melting wherever I see some really rough edges that look really unnatural. I try to make it look as natural as possible, so as you can see, continuing here. So I make it come down to a point, like very sharp point actually, which you'll see in a few seconds whenever I get to it. Looking back on it, I think I made the island a little thick actually, so I might go back and change that in my own time, but for now it's good enough for the purposes that I have in mind. So continuing on with the erosion brush here. I did have a little bit of issues with some lighting that I was experiencing with underneath there, because there were some unnatural like light blocks and whatnot. So I had to figure it out with that sort of thing. I figured out that by talking on like a channel sort of thing, TeamSpeak. I'm sure some of you know that. I figured out that you can just go into like MC Edit and whatnot, fix it. So there's the like beginning of the island, the bottom of it. Now I go up top and smooth, or not yet. Guess not. I guess I'm taking one last look at it. Okay, so now I go up here and use the smooth brush, because with the erosion brushes, it makes everything look very, I guess, fragmented. There's a lot of separate pieces everywhere and whatnot. Nobody wants that. That looks very bad. I mean, in some cases it's good, but most of the time it's bad. So I just go through with the smooth brush, make sure everything's nice and smooth there. Then I get my world edit back out and set a brush for a smaller ball shaped, and then smooth out some of the rougher edges as well, because there was edges like that one that I just filled in that were just bad. Plus I didn't want any like flat sides to this, like truly flat. So here I go through with a over brush to cover it all with the dirt, and then I go at a depth of 3, and then I go through with over depth 1 grass to make it have some foliage on top, or foliage I guess it's pronounced. But then I go through and check a little bit, and I decide that that just looks too rough edged, so I decide to add a little bit of stone as like supports, and then I get a little smart and I use the splatter ball brush, and I set the replace material to dirt and the voxels to stones. That way it goes through and replaces a splattered amount of dirt with stone, like so. So that way it gives it that more of a gradual effect into the grass, instead of just straight up stone then grass. And then I go through and add a little bit of vines here and there, make it start growing down and hanging down, so that way it has the more, I guess, droopy effect to it than it would have if I didn't do that. And I had quite a few vines. See, what the vines do is whenever they grow down, I've noticed this. I don't know if it's really like too noticeable, but I've noticed that the vines give it more of a droop effect, or a sort of natural effect to it, which is pretty cool. So I come up here, decide to light it up with some torches real quick before I finish up. Add quite a few torches, that way we can see in the next build. And there you have it. That is the finished floating island. So remember to subscribe if you want to continue watching this, and post or comment on what you think I should add to this, because I really want you guys' voice in this whole thing. I think that we can make something really beautiful here, and I think maybe eventually it can become a PvP map. I will have, as soon as I start building some buildings, I will upload it to Mediafire and have a download link open. So, and there you have it. Thank you for watching.